Last time on Part 1, our hosts went through and rated each of the Dragon Ball arcs of the anime. Some were rated lower than you may expect, while others received high marks. But now it's time for the Dragon Ball Z portion. Will the more popular portion of the series receive better praise, or are the issues too heavy to ignore? Find out on today's heart-pounding episode of celebrating 40 years of Dragon Ball anime, Part 2. Saiyan Saga, it actually is a lot of fun. Honestly, it really is. I like the the reveal that Goku is an alien, the reveal that he's got a brother, the reveal that he's the last surviving member of a species that loves to conquer. Great shit. Raditz was a little underutilized. I know he serves his purpose, but he's underutilized.
Yeah, you can't just bring in the main character's brother, kill him off, and never mention him again.
Never mention him again. Not even in passing, like, should we bring back your brother? Nothing. I love the jokes that fans have made about it. I love the goofy shit that people made about it. Raditz, totally underutilized for that setup, but served his purpose, but severely underutilized. Yeah. Nappa and Vegeta, great shit. Nappa just beating the fuck out of everybody till Goku gets... And it does set that precedent of Goku arriving to save the day type of shit.
Well, you could say that he did that in King Piccolo.
Well, yeah, he does do it in King Piccolo as well. He does. I guess it's more obvious with Nappa and Vegeta. But it's pretty much the same. Both of them did the same shit. His beat down to Nappa, that was some good shit. I liked. We all memed the fuck out of it. It's fantastic. We all know Goku revealing himself to be stronger than Nappa. It's good shit. And no, he doesn't use fucking Kaioken until he battles fucking Vegeta. Shit drives me nuts.
No, he uses it to rush down and break Nappa's back.
Well, I meant like in that moment where he's powering up and it's the over 8,000, 9,000 thing.
Oh, yeah. No, he doesn't use it there.
He doesn't use it there. I've seen people try to say he does. He doesn't. He doesn't use it there. He is at 8,000 when he fights Nappa. He is stronger than Nappa. Without question. He doesn't need it. He just uses it to be a dick. Because that's what Goku does when he's stronger than you. He's a dick. All the fight with Vegeta was great. I separate the fight into two moments, though, for me. I think...
With Vegeta?
With Vegeta. I separated it into two moments. I think prior to the Ozuru moment and after the Ozuru moment. Goku managed to get the upper hand and best Vegeta prior to him going Ozuru, and then after that, Vegeta does pretty much take control of the fight across the board.
Yeah. Well, up until the Earthlings show up.
Which I mean, yeah, he still manages to pretty much have the situation under control mostly.
Oh yeah.
And for those that try to argue and say, "Oh, but Goku had to use the Kaioken," yeah, otherwise we were not getting a fucking fight. Vegeta was way stronger. Without Kaioken,
Vegeta had to use the Great Ape.
Yeah, that's the part I bring up. By the time that part was over, Vegeta didn't need to use the Great Ape, so he punked himself out by using the Great Ape. So it's still a great fight. Everything, shit, we get the beam struggle, the precedent for like big clashes moving forward with anime. I mean, again, another big moment for Dragon Ball, just set the stage for shit. Let's see, do I even have real big issues with the arc? Raditz a little bit underutilized. It's not so much a negative, but it's just a little bit of he's underutilized a bit. I wish they would have used him more, or at least maybe brought him back later to help in some form or fashion.
Yeah,
I like that the manga does this, and I'm glad that Kairi did it. For me, the original run, Goku taking forever to get to King Kai's planet is a bit of a drag.
Yeah, but it focuses more on the side characters in that time.
I don't disagree that it does that. I think because I know the manga kind of goes back and forth, but I think if the way Kai does it, and maybe they could have cut it out a little more, spend less time seeing Goku run to King Kai's planet and spend that time focusing on the others, and then when he gets to King Kai's go back and forth, I think that it just did it better.
Yeah.
Because we do get more time with the side casts while Goku's running. I just think, especially if you're watching the 90s, it's like, here comes a whole episode dedicated to him to running on the fucking bridge. Yeah. Luckily, Kai doesn't have that issue. The manga doesn't have that issue. But again, I think even with Kai, remove some of those moments where he's running and just really get him to the planet. We don't need to see Goku until he gets to King Kai's planet, honestly. Start him on Snake Way. Well, you don't need to see him again.
Yeah,
until
he gets the lore of the afterlife, and then once he starts running.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind that they flash to him every now and then.
It's not a bad thing. I just don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think it hurts the arc. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think the arc really has any bad moments per se, though.
No. I agree. It's. I mean, it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. It's.
Oh man, that's actually kind of tough for me. It's not 23rd, but it's better than Demon King Piccolo. I might give it maybe 9.5, 9.25. No, I think 9.5 is fair for me too. Really thinking about it because
yeah,
I was trying to see, do I like the Namek Saga a little bit more, and that's how I'd rate it. But I think they're kind of equal to me. I don't hate the Ginyu as much as you do.
They suck.
I'd say the Saiyan Saga for the introduction to everything, the use of the side characters, the growth of Goku's Gohan's starting journey, Piccolo becoming the good guy through Gohan. Great shit. It's a very strong arc. 9.5. I know we're not glazing the fucking series. It's just we're really, when you think back on it,
there are parts where it does really well,
yeah,
and there are good parts that fall just a little bit behind. As I said before when we were talking about the 22nd tournament.
Yeah. The biggest issue with all of Dragon Ball as a whole is Toriyama's overall writing and being a lazier writer. It's really it. But again, most of Dragon Ball, I'd say like 85% of Dragon Ball, and pretty much the first two arcs of Z, in my opinion, have his most consistent writing, where he's a lot more consistently staying focused and not making up bullshit. Which we'll get to your bullshit of Namek now, since I know you've been dying to talk about the Ginyus. I do not hate this arc.
I don't hate the arc. It's just that one section.
Oh, you hate the Ginyus. You hate the Ginyus. Don't act like you don't hate the Ginyus. You have stated repeatedly, like, fuck the Ginyus. I think the Ginyus alone drag the whole arc down for you.
Yep, it does, because it makes it the weakest arc of Z for me. I know. It is a lot to say that I think the Namek arc is the weakest, but I'm sorry. I can't help but, if it wasn't for the Ginyus, I would put it above Boo.
The Ginyus make it lower than Boo for you?
Yes.
I mean, I like Boo, so I don't think Boo is as bad as everyone thinks.
No, it's definitely not.
I don't hate the Ginyus that much. I guess because they lean so much into the Power Rangers wrestling aesthetic. I find them really funny. Yes, the 90s version drags it. I will agree with that. Kai fixed it, of course, because it matches the pacing of the manga better. So it's not as dragging. I don't hate the Ginyus as much because they're so Power Ranger wrestling-esque. And it's, considering I like Power Rangers and wrestling, for me, it's funny. it's. I won't disagree that it's probably the weakest section. I mean, you can make a case for the Dodoria Zarbon stuff, but I think they happen so fast.
No, because
they're
that's
not a
just showing
drag.
Vegeta being a badass and the threat that's coming to Namek. Or the
No,
threat that's on Namek between Vegeta and the Frieza Force.
no, I agree with that part because they don't drag, they don't waste time. You get to it, you're showing off Vegeta a lot more. They don't drag, but if people just found those two moments less physically entertaining, because what I do really like about the Ginyus is how Vegeta is just running roughshod through all of Frieza's groups at this point. Even Dodoria and Zarbon stood no chance against Vegeta. Especially after he beats up Dodoria, then Zarbon bests him, and then when he heals up, he beats the shit out of Zarbon. At this point, we're like, Frieza, like, who the fuck's gonna stop Vegeta getting up to Frieza? And this is before all the transformations and shit. And then he's like, call in the Ginyu Force. And Vegeta just goes, fuck. Like, what?
For no reason.
You've been kicking the shit out of this dude's entire military, and now all of a sudden, you're terrified? These guys must be fucking nuts. And they were, in a lot of ways.
Oh, so let me ask you something. Do you think that the Guru power-up for Gohan and Krillin is as lazy as the Ultra Divine Water in the Piccolo arc?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
I was just curious.
I don't think it's as lazy because with the Ultra Divine Water, when we have that moment in the Red Ribbon arc, Korin's like, there's no water. It's just a myth. It's the training aspect. It's what we did here for 3 days. That's what it is. There's no magic water. And then out of nowhere, there's magic water. That he has to go through a whole like nightmare fucking torture scene to do it. What the fuck? You said there was no water 2 arcs ago. Now all of a sudden there's fucking water? Okay. Alright. Fucking bullshit. Whereas the Guru power up, I mean, it is kind of random because we haven't seen it happen. But we do get the establishment that Namekians do have magic abilities with Kami. And not less Piccolo, but more so with Kami. We get to acknowledge that he has magical abilities and can do things. And then when we're on Namek, we hearing Dende talk, and Dende can heal and all this. So you're kind of getting this overall establishment that Namekians have magic abilities. So when Gugu's like, yeah, I can do this, it's less of a leap in logic for me. So it's less of a lazy. Okay. It's still lazy, but I think it's, since it's only really used on Krillin and Gohan, and this particular power-up isn't used to beat fucking Frieza, or even the Ginyus,
anybody,
or anyone, I'd say it's a little less lazy than the Super Water. Because the Super Water is used for Goku to beat Piccolo. This is just used to not have Krillin and Gohan die.
Gotcha. Okay.
I find it less lazy.
I was curious.
Now, speaking, so would you say, first, I know you don't like the section with the Ginyus, but you like the section prior to the Ginyus in the Namek stuff. Like, you don't really have any issue with it. I don't really either.
No, not at all.
I don't really either. I like the establishment because I think we spend more time really getting to know Namek in that section. It's a little less action heavy.
Also, like, there's a lot of tension. Vegeta's going around killing everybody. You got Freeza, the biggest threat on the planet. Yeah.
Killing everybody. Everybody's dying.
Everybody.
You got the whole keep Guru safe, keep Dende. Yeah, the first half is
Gohan and Krillin can't do anything because they're not strong enough.
No, but they're doing stuff, so it's I mean, it ends up becoming the Goku show, but I think for me, the Goku arrival isn't anything necessarily negative in this particular moment.
Yeah.
Because really, up into this, Vegeta's been able to handle everything. But Goku's like, I'm going to go help him. Like Goku isn't written to leave because, like, oh my god, we really need Goku. Because you technically have Vegeta. But Goku's going more so, he's like, well, I got to go help my friend. I got to go help my son. I got to go, I need to go help him. Like, he's not particularly going there to more so save. He's not. I don't think he's not written to go to Namek to be a Superman. But
No.
His arrival, pretty Superman-ish, but I fucking love it. I do fucking love his revival, his moment of fucking how he arrives. It's cool as shit. Watch the fucking Ginyus. That must have been cathartic for you as you
Oh yeah.
watch it.
But then, like, what's the point of them showing up if Goku just murks them all?
To make you think Goku's not gonna make it. Really, really, considering how easy Goku goes through them, it's clearly just that setup of, is Goku gonna make it in time before these guys kill everybody?
Yeah.
It's really all it is. Because they're not a threat really to Goku, and Frieza's really the main. Once Goku arrives, Frieza's the main threat. Well, I mean, he's always been the threat, but he's clearly the focal threat. And then we get some of the best stuff with Frieza. All the shit with Frieza, I think, is really fun, really great.
The first act and the third act of Namek are very good. It's that second act that's such poo-poo doo-doo. That it brings the arc to like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 for me.
Ooh, damn! You really
all 5 of those posing motherfuckers just should have stayed on Yardrat.
See, I don't hate the Ginyus as much as you do. So I wouldn't have brought it that. I'd probably. I think everything with Frieza, and his first 3 transformations, obviously the truth, his real form, everything with Goku, everything with Super Saiyan, is Goku gonna survive, and then everything prior to Ginyus is solid, no real issues for me. I don't have as much beef with the Ginyus as you do because I find everything about them so crazy goofy. Because again, I like Power Rangers, and they're very Power Ranger-esque.
It's your nostalgia blindness.
Maybe it is. I don't hate them.
Getting restarted at Raccoon. It would have pissed me off. I would have hated the Ginyus even more.
Oh, you did miss that. That was... Ooh, that was a time. That was a time. I won't deny that was a time to be a Dragon Ball fan. Getting through all of Saiyan Saga, halfway through Namek. Basically, Goku arrives, and then we're like, let's go back. For 2 years. For 2 years that happened. Like 2.5 maybe. For 2 years, that's how it played out on Toonami because Funimation was trying to get the rights and shit. 2 fucking years. Arrival of Raditz through the arrival of Goku on Namek, and just fucking turn around and
we didn't even mention that it introduced Super Saiyan, the most iconic transformation.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to get to, because for me, that's what I was trying to say. For me, I don't hate the Ginyus enough, and because the first half is fun and solid, and there are no real issues for me, and then everything after the Ginyus with Frieza, each of his transformations, and then the fight with Goku, where it's like, oh man, you find out Goku's giving it his all and he's not getting anywhere. Then they finally think they've bested him, and he comes back, and you're like, well, fuck, this dude just can't fucking die. Shit, it's a Piccolo all over again. And then he kills Krillin, and you're like, oh fuck, everybody's about to die. And then Goku unleashes. We don't care. It is the most iconic transformation ever. It's always compared. Every transformation is always compared to Super Saiyan. Why do you think Western cartoons still use Super Saiyan? It is the most iconic transformation ever. And if it had happened in the modern era, shit, it'd have broken everything. UI broke everything. This would have broken everything. That moment, watching it for the first time, we finally moved past it. It's on Toonami. I'm watching it for the first time. It was unreal. It was unreal to see that play out. Ugh.
Yeah.
And as a kid, once you really learn the story, and I've said it to you, that transformation holds such a big significance, not just because it's Goku achieving this power up that's too much for even Frieza. Frieza's truly seeing the myth that he's been afraid of his entire life, basically. On top of it, a lot of that stems from the simple fact that Goku just watched his best friend blow up in his fucking face and he thinks he's gone forever. That's why Goku is just raged. It wasn't just Krillin's death. Like, it was that. But it was the fact that for Goku, his friend didn't just die, his friend exploded. That's the most fucked up way to see anyone you care about die. Maybe some other ways, but that's pretty fucked up. And in Goku's mind, Krillin can't come back anymore. He thinks Krillin's gone forever. And he just snaps. It's so much. It's so much. The moments. For me, the Ginyus don't weigh it down enough. I put it at the same rating as I'd give the Saiyan Saga. Because I don't think the Ginyu does not.
A 9.5? Ooh-wee.
Bruh, everything with Frieza is so good. Every single moment with Frieza is so good when he starts fighting. His most suppressed state.
I know I'm in the minority when it comes to this arc.
Clearly, you have to be. You have to be.
Yeah. No, this is either someone's first or second favorite. I always see this. It's either this or the Saiyan Saga or the Cell Saga, but it's usually
a lot of the Cell.
Yeah. I usually see between this and the Saiyan Saga as people's.
Well, as you pointed out earlier, up through this arc was Toriyama's most consistent writing. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard not to kind of see where people favor him so much. Is it my favorite arc? No, I still would probably say the 23rd is my favorite, with really anything with Kid Goku is just my overall favorite. Writing and all that stuff, obviously 23rd's top tier. I just really like stuff with Kid Goku and stuff like that. Which, 21st is probably the best chunk of Kid Goku, period. And then you get 23rd. But, I mean, as you pointed out, it's got the most iconic transformation. Stuff with the whole fight with Frieza, the stuff with Zarbon, Dodoria, and prior to Goku and the Ginyus, I think it holds enough. It's strong enough to hold up that the Ginyus can't bring it down enough for me. I'd have to put it on the same level as the Saiyan Saga. For me. I get the Ginyus hate. I understand your beef with the Ginyus. I get it. I don't hate them that much, but I like Power Rangers, and it's just as fucking goofy.
All right, well, you ready to talk about the greatest arc of this entire franchise? There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Well, that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. But well, let's say
nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. The Cell arc.
Defend the arc that makes less sense than the Terminator.
Look here. Not only does this arc start off with Frieza coming back, but he gets absolutely booty smacked in less than 5. Look, you saw in the superhero movie, it took Trunks 2 seconds to kill that little lizard pissant. He turned Super Saiyan. We've never seen another Super Saiyan outside of Goku before. And then he kills Frieza in one shot. And his dad? We ain't seen nobody do that. Who the fuck is this guy?
Super strong start. Won't deny that. Super strong start.
Yeah. And then we hear about the return of the Red Ribbon Army. And Goku learns how to teleport. The Red Ribbon Army, we haven't heard from these guys in like a decade. And they're coming back as robots, and they're destroying the future like the Terminator. Not robots, but you know what I mean. And then we get a 3-year training sequence. Sure, Android 19 and Dr. Zero aren't the strongest villains aesthetically, but they show how strong they are because they murk Yamcha. 19's beating Goku's ass, and who shows up? Vegeta. And what does he have up his sleeve? He's also got Super Saiyan, Phoenix. Did you think Vegeta was ever going to get Super Saiyan?
I mean, come on. It's bound to happen.
and he blows Android 19 to smithereens, and then they go chase Jiro. Oh, and then Trunks comes back and he's like, "These are not the androids I told you about." And then we get 17, 18, and 16. And then 18 beats Vegeta's ass. She takes everybody out, gives Krillin a boner, and they fly away. That's the first act.
Look, the stuff with Trunks, the opening of the arc was a strong start. Cannot deny that. Everyone was hyped for that moment. And then Trunks transforms and he has the whole moment. Goku's not the only Super Saiyan. It's super fucking cool. Because when you see that for the first time, you're like, so this is another Saiyan. They thought Vegeta, Goku, at that point, thought they were the only ones left. And now there's another one? What the fuck? And then, this is, I think in the moment where Trunks is revealed to be Vegeta's kid, which is even funnier. I honestly think the funniest thing is, I think the 90s moment handles that timing better than the Kai or the manga. And I think it's not even Trunks revealing it. It's Goku's reaction. When Trunks reveals that and all three versions do this, and he's like, "Oh, Vegeta's your dad." So, something. I'm trying to remember exactly how it's. Basically, all the lines is he basically is like, who's your mom? Do I know her? And that's when Trunks says she's right over there. Considering that Goku has just arrived, saying like, "Hey everyone, oh Trunks, you need to go there." He hasn't spoken to any of his friends, and he's still aware of who's over there. And as soon as Trunks is like, "My mom's right over there," the way he breaks, and I think just the way Sean just does that scene in the 90s is just funnier to me, where he's like, "Bulma's your mom," and just falls over. It's so much more funny. It's just funnier in the 90s version. Just that particular moment. Obviously, I prefer Kai because it matches the manga, but I just think the way Sean plays that scene out is so much funnier. And then Piccolo's reaction is like, because of course Piccolo hears everything, so that reveal is also super fucking funny. So yeah, no, everything with Trunks in the beginning, great fucking opening. We see the androids. We don't know because the anime doesn't describe them. He doesn't describe them at all, which is fucking stupid. I think that's really stupid of him. I get in his mind, there's only 2 androids. They wouldn't, I don't know, Trunks. I still feel like maybe describing what they look like probably would have been just a good idea in general. Because then just a smidge. And then because when he arrives and they're like, "Look, we beat the androids," he goes, "That's not the androids." The fuck you mean it's not the androids? Like, I know Team 4-Star plays up that joke more, but you gotta admit, we all felt the same way when he's like, that's not the androids. Huh? What? The fuck do you call that? Oh, that's not who they are. I do like that Team 4-Star makes the joke for that arc where he's like, "I don't know, you didn't fucking describe it to us." He goes, "I've only ever met the 2. Well, look at that. So have we.
So have we.
So, I'm like, I mean, come on. Like, it's not so much a negative thing. It's just like, oh, that's a dumb moment for you there, Trunks, to not mention shit. And then, yes, I will say, once they release them, 18 kicking the shit out of Vegeta, the first act really doesn't have negatives. My negatives for this fucking arc come with Cell. And not Cell's design, not Cell's concept to absorb, not Cell's concept to become perfect. It is simply the fucking fact that the Cell that we see fight Gohan, the one that Gohan kills, the one that comes back, a super perfect Cell, all of that should not exist in the fucking timeline. Because of how they established the fucking timeline. Evan, what is the original timeline to Dragon Ball?
Well, are you talking about in the lore? Or...
What is the lore for Dragon Ball? What is the original timeline?
From Pilaf up until Goku, well, it'd be Goku arriving and killing Frieza and King Cold.
And than the History of Trunks stuff.
Yeah, the History of Trunks.
So
okay.
So the OG timeline plays out through History of Trunks, and he's like, I have to come back to warn them, which is the same Trunks we see in the series that tells them and kills Frieza. So that's OG timeline for you guys watching. OG timeline, Trunks comes back, creates a new timeline. This is the timeline we see. Cell's from a timeline way the fuck up here that we don't see that Trunks ever. So how the fuck did that timeline Trunks come down to this timeline, but yet he's already done everything? Because literally Cell, when he's telling Trunks, he goes, oh, where I'm from, you've already killed the androids. Or cyborgs, I'm gonna keep calling them cyborgs. You've already gone back and helped Goku and deal with it, and came back and killed them in your timeline as well. So that Trunks is from a timeline where he's already killed everybody. But yet the Trunks that we know, that trains with Vegeta, that trains with Gohan, that trains with everybody, goes back. He still has to go back and kill his androids and kill the Cell from his timeline. So the Cell that we see running amok through the story on screen is from a timeline we never saw play out. And I know people have tried to say that Cell is from the actual original timeline. No, he's not, because the History of Trunks tells you which Trunks is from the original timeline and who's the one that sets the entire multiverse fucking timeline to play out. It's the Trunks from History of Trunks that comes back and kills Frieza that we see in the anime. The one that appears in the manga. That's the Trunks. The Trunks from the timeline that Cell kills, we never saw. Yet somehow he was going to go back in time and tell Goku and them, hey, I beat the androids in my time. But somehow that was also said a full year before the Trunks that we see come back to the past. Because Cell specifically says, I was too big, so I regressed to my larval state and then pressed start as I was shrinking. He literally does not change anything. He doesn't rewrite anything. He doesn't adjust anything. He literally just pressed starts. So whatever Trunks typed in is where he was going. So he appears a full fucking year prior to Trunks originally killing Frieza. But yet he appears in a timeline that shouldn't exist until Trunks comes back and kills Frieza. That's my issue with this fucking entire arc. Cell should not exist. If you were to say, hey, this how, yeah, that alone, it's such a massive, that's a fucking plot hole, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
That's a fucking plot hole. Because for me, the easy fix is Cell is, in Trunks' timeline, Cell actually is released sooner than expected. Something, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Have Cell just released sooner, but he's still too weak to deal with anything, even take on the androids. But there's not enough people for him to absorb, which is pretty much how it plays out when Trunks goes back anyway. So he's going to cut it, right? But he's released early, and he sees Trunks building the machine. So he's like, I'm going to hide in the ship. I'm too weak to deal with Trunks. I'm going to hide in the ship and go back with Trunks, because he hears it being a time machine. And then he gets out and then stays. That, if it's that makes more sense to me. But that's not what they fucking did. So, fuck. That's my arc. That's my beef with this entire fucking arc.
Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 is the greatest moment in the entire series.
It's fucking great. It is
especially in the sub.
Oh, the sub with the song. Oh,
yeah.
God, if you haven't watched that moment in the song, Team 4-Star did it right by using that song. The song is such a stage setup for it. Having that song be this very mellow, heart-wrenching kind of song that just keeps, it's not this rock song. Like, I think the subtlety of the song makes it even better. And I think Stephanie Nadolny does that scene better. Yes. Fight me, motherfuckers. I defend Kai in a lot of ways, but I don't defend certain things about Kai, and calling Klinkenbeard being Gohan versus Cell is one of the ones I do not defend. Because she's not a good fit for Gohan in that moment. Nope. The arc has the big, as a whole, if you ignore the thing that pisses me off about the arc, which clearly it doesn't piss you off enough, because it pisses me off. You remove that aspect from the arc, it is a really damn good arc, and I can see why people make it their favorite arc. Because if you just remove the issue with Cell himself, Cell is menacing, fantastic villain all the way through. I think he's better when he's imperfect Cell because he's got that super. He's that monster factor. I think that makes him even better. He's creepy. His fight with Piccolo is fucking awesome. Even though Piccolo's just kicking the shit out of him, it's fucking awesome. Seeing Piccolo become Super Piccolo, as everyone likes to call him, the nameless Namekian once again, fucking awesome. The reveal of who Cell is, great. The fact that when Goku comes out, he's like, let's go to the time chamber, let's do all the shit, and we get the Room of Spirit and Time stuff. That's fucking great. Super Vegeta is fucking great. Super Trunks is fucking great. A lot of this arc is genuinely great, but I have such a hard time.
The
Cell games are fucking great. I used to hate Mr. Satan as a kid, but as an adult, I love him a lot more. Because to me, for me as a kid, I fucking hated him because I'm like, fuck you saying all these dudes are fake and using magics in this book. Fuck you, bitch. Because fuck you. Right? But now as an adult, I watch it and I'm like, honestly, Mr. Satan in that moment reminds me of a wrestler who's coming down to challenge the champion. And he's just a jobber. Like, his job is to be the jobber. And so he gets his... And that's what, like, for wrestling, I don't know if you know this, but for wrestling, if you're basically someone that's a jobber, you get paid to just make other people look good. Like, that's literally your job.
Yeah.
And that's what Mr. Satan, as an adult, feels like in that moment. People are, like, underestimating Cell. He's like, oh, he's not really like this. It's all fake explosions. Yeah, Mr. Satan, you're great. And then Cell goes and just bitched him like 300 yards. And it's so cathartic because I'm like, it literally feels like a jobber in wrestling. Like, that's so cathartic to see it happen. I don't know. Mr. Satan used to be such an issue for me in this arc, but I've grown to love him. I don't really have a massive beef with the arc if you remove my issues with the writing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any bad writing with Cell doing the absorptions, then become 17, 18. Vegeta doing his Vegeta thing of just fucking it to hell. Vegeta's the one that fucks that series, fucks that entire plot point. It's Vegeta.
I am a Vegeta fan, and I agree with this.
Vegeta fucks everybody.
Although Krillin is not out of the blame.
Nope, he's not. He's not. But then I would question this. Not that it's not that it necessarily matters, but Cell can only absorb organic material, which is why he cannot absorb 16, because 16 is an actual robot. And 17 and 18 are cyborg, so they're organic at their base. Even if, because I'm pretty sure in the story, I'm pretty sure in the series, it says the remote will shut down 18, not blow her up. Right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, it'll shut her down.
Right. So she doesn't blow up. So she's still physically fucking there. So Cell could technically still absorb her even if they shut her down. Technically. Which means it's either her and her brother themselves that he has to absorb, or there's something inside of them that has to be active for him to absorb. And if that's the part that gets shut down, then it works. It's not really necessary of a problem. I'm just something I was thinking about. Because if it's them and them as a whole, then he could still absorb her, even if they shut her down. But if it's something that is within both of them that needs to be active at the same time, then I'm like, oh, yeah, kind of makes sense why you need to shut her down. But they don't fucking say that. They never specify what it is that makes Cell need to absorb them, other than the fact that he has to absorb them, right? It's not an issue for me. I just was something I was thinking about. Because if he just needs to absorb them, then shutting her down wouldn't have done shit. But if shutting her down turned off the piece that Cell needs, then kind of makes sense. But that's not my issue. I don't have an issue with Cell games. I'm gonna rate it lower than you. I already know it.
I mean, I already have it as a 10 out of 10. There are only 2, maybe 3 10 out of 10 arcs for me, and this is tippity top.
This is not a 10 out of 10.
To be fair, I didn't think the Frieza arc was a 10 out of 10, so we will agree to disagree.
It's for me. I'm gonna make so many people mad. It is like an 8.5 because of the fucking glaring problem with Cell's writing and the massive plot hole that is Cell being in that arc, in that timeline. It is so fucking massive, and I get what Toriyama was trying to do. It just doesn't work. Stuff with Gohan is so great. Stuff in the chamber is so great. Cell as a villain is great. I do like him being this amalgamation of every fighter. I fucking love that. But the fact that he shouldn't exist in the timeline really pisses me off. I still watch the series. I watch it every fucking year. I'm still hyped when Gohan snaps and transforms and the father-son come. It's all great, but God, does that fucking writing issue just smack me in the face every time I'm watching it. Especially once he explains it to Trunks. The minute he explains it to Trunks, I'm like, yep, I'm pissed. Fuck. Every time. Every single time. Because I'm like, if you'd have just said you were the Cell from his timeline that stowed away in the time machine with him, I wouldn't have given it. It would be a 10 out of 10 for me. But because he's from a timeline that we never see, and somehow he connected to a different timeline that we never see connected to this, fucking hell. Because of that, because the Ginyus make such a massive effect on you for Namek, that writing plot, massive plot hole, Mark, for Cell, brings it to an 8.5 to me. I still rate it better than you rated Namek for Ginyus, but it's an 8.5 for me.
All right, let's wrap this up with the last OG.
Yeah, look, for those that are curious, I know I didn't say it in the beginning, but we weren't intending on doing Super or Dime or anything because they're not celebrating 40 years. What's celebrating 40 years is the original anime. So that's why we weren't intending to talk about Super and stuff. We'll talk about it probably as... Look, Super's coming back. We're going to talk about it. But we're just talking about...
Not today.
Just not today.
10 arcs is enough.
No shit. Yeah, I forgot how many arcs are in the second series.
We've been doing this almost 3 hours.
I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna turn it into part 1 is like just where we talked about Dragon Ball. The part 2 is gonna be all the Z stuff.
Yeah.
Or whichever one comes out to be a perfect in between. Whichever. Okay. I really like Boo. I've always really liked Boo. I know people used to rate it the lowest, but I really like Boo. I think it's really fun the whole way through.
I think it's underrated in terms of Dragon Ball. Because people are like, oh yeah, Boo's when Toriyama just gave up and he was ready to end it. I mean, that might be true, but he still introduces a lot of interesting stuff. Fusion, Super Saiyan 3. He brings some magic stuff back. The idea of the demon realm is introduced. The Supreme Kais. All this stuff was introduced in this last bit of the story.
Yeah, because I don't think King Kai ever mentions a Kai specifically above him, but I'm pretty sure he mentions that there are other beings above him. I think. So we finally get to see these beings above King Kai. We introduced to. Honestly, Boo is a lot of fucking fun. Every iteration of Boo is really fun. I love that he's. I
think Fat Boo needs time to grow on you, but yeah, I think as far as like a threat, because like he's introduced, he's like, this is the guy that we should be afraid of. But then once the split happens, it's like, oh, okay, this is my guy. This is the guy that the Supreme Kai was talking about.
Yeah. I agree with that. Fat Boo doesn't feel like this character that Supreme Kai is describing. Even though he's like, yeah, that's how I saw him. But he also saw him as Kid Boo too. Oh shit, did he? No, he did. He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So Fat Boo does take a moment to grow on you, but I like Fat Boo's kind of just goofy antics, which you can see Toriyama, he was leaning into this goofy character. You can tell he's like, I got this goofy ass character. I'm gonna have fun with this goofy ass. And I think,
Well,
I like that part about Fat Boo.
yeah. But I mean, he has good fights, like with Gohan and the Supreme Kai, and then with Majin Vegeta,
Oh yeah,
Goku. Even the filler with base Gotenks in Z, that's a good fight.
yeah. Actually, Fat Boo's got a lot of good stuff. It's just if you don't like his characterization as a big goofy kid, then I can get you not liking that Boo. But he's got a lot of good stuff in the arc. His fight with Majin Vegeta is really fun.
And I mean, you can't even mention Majin Buu without talking about the redemption of Mr. Satan.
Oh, him becoming the character that people like now because of Boo himself is so, honestly, so heartwarming that for both characters, they have a redemption, really. Because of each other, they kind of, Mr. Satan stops becoming this pathological fucking liar and this charlatan because Boo is showing just this gentle nature. And he's like, oh wow, I gotta stop being such a pretentious little fucking douchebag, right? I mean, he still lies, but he starts to lie for more of a good nature, not for selfish natures. He still lies, but to be more it's proper lies, I guess. It's proper lying. And then because of Mr. Satan, Boo becomes the Boo that really helps save the day.
Yeah.
I mean, without Fat Boo, you don't really have that moment for Goku to save the planet. You really do. And without Fat Boo being the impact on Mr. Satan the way he was, you don't have Mr. Satan saving the planet. They both have such a big impact on saving the planet. But it's a stupid arc, right? There's nothing to no. Like you guys hate on it so much to not see the goodness in it. It's still a really good arc. It's got some of people's favorite Vegeta Goku fight.
I think, yeah, Majin Vegeta versus Goku is my favorite fight in the whole series.
Yeah. And I'll give the anime this over the manga. It gives us more of the fight because the manga does not really go into the fight. I appreciate the anime. Either version of the anime for that. It gives us more of the fight. Still 100% Vegeta's fucking fault. He threw a fucking fit.
Nope.
I know people love to say, but Goku could have powered up. Sure. But as Goku explains, he wasn't sure if it would actually work the way he thought. He took a big risk against Boo by transforming, and he did almost run out completely in just that one shot. So, would Vegeta have let him? Absolutely. He absolutely would have let him. Anyone that thinks Vegeta would not have let Goku power up, you don't know Vegeta. He absolutely would have let Goku power up. But it's fair.
He was more mad Goku kept it a secret from him than...
Yeah. He was mad at him. Do y'all guys forget that? He was mad at him for not telling him about it. So, yeah. He would have wanted him to transform. But as Goku explained, I wasn't really sure it would work because I've never done it outside of the other world. So it was a risk he was unwilling to take because he didn't know how it play out. But the fight is really good. I mean, it's your favorite fight compared to the two of them. And that's crazy because we get a lot more of the fight in the first fight than we do in the second fight. Like, that's kind of crazy. Is it the emotional weight of Vegeta in that moment that makes it?
Yeah, it's more like... It's also the dialogue around the fight that they do.
Ah, okay. No, that's fair.
Where Vegeta's fair. Like I like the original Z dubbing lines from you don't know what humiliation is when he's punching him.
As a stickler,
when he got him tied up to the rock.
Yeah, as a stickler, that I prefer when the adaptations stick closer to the dialogue from the manga. The 90s kind of ad-libbing some shit in there for Vegeta's character. That's some really great moments. I cannot deny that. Even the stuff in the even his rant to Shin in the on the tournament ground when it's like it's meaningless and he goes meaningless and goes into it. That's a good moment. It really is a good moment. But it also, for me, for me, and like this is the moment that it should highlight to people, that this entire moment is purely happening. Vegeta murdering hundreds of people is happening because he basically had a midlife fucking crisis and is throwing a fit.
Yep.
Because Vegeta has literally the perfect counterpoint Goku, someone who doesn't care about winning or losing as long as he can throw hands. He's not, and I don't mean like he doesn't care about dying, but like if Vegeta ever just wants to throw hands, Goku will throw hands. He simply had to fucking ask. he literally would have just had to ask, and Goku would have fought him. But because he made it such a big deal, it became the problem that everything became. But it was good. But counterpoint that it happening the way it did led to Vegeta, honest to God, fucking figuring his shit out. Still wasn't great, but he figured his shit out because his final atonement. He's like, I fuck. Well, look, it starts with him them filling Boo, and then him knocking out Goku after agreeing the fight was over. But then he admits, this was my problem, Kakarot. I have to fix it. Good for Vegeta.
Yep.
Then seems to do it. And as much as I like everything with Gotenks and the fusions and all this, I would not have been mad if in that moment Vegeta got the win. If the arc ends with Vegeta killing Boo to atone for the fact that it was because of inadvertently Boo and Bobbity leading to what he did,
yeah,
I wouldn't have been mad if the arc ends that way. Or Boo dies that way. You know, like, I'd be like, that's a good closure for his character. And then you can bring him back and everything. But like, there's so much, there's a lot of good in this arc. I'm really trying to find like massive fucking issues to talk about on this, because
I mean, Gotenks makes it a little bit more silly than it needs to be, but I mean, they're kids.
They're kids. I think it works. It's okay. Does it kind of
drag? Some people can
drag?
say that the Elder Kai stuff is kind of an ass pull, which, I mean, sure, but, oh god, Ultimate Gohan showing up, fight you, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and then he calls Boo a retard.
No.
Like, in the sub, that's what the sub says. He calls Boo a retard.
I'm pretty sure in the 90s dub he says it too. I think they only changed it.
Does he? I don't know if they would have allowed that on
it was the 90s,
Cartoon
man.
Network.
It was different times in the 90s.
I know, but that I just can't see it.
I'd have to find it, because I know even the Orange Bricks, they do a lot of audio redubs and adjustments, and it might have been a line that they kept it, but then had him do other lines as well. I haven't watched the Orange Brick version in such a long time. I swear he did, though. Maybe he doesn't. I swear in the 90s version he did, because he does in the manga. And they're like, what's he say? No, he does. He does. He calls him a retard. And it is mean. He says it to be mean, people.
Yeah, and Boo's like, what did you call me?
Boo not stupid. I don't know. And this is a Boo that's actually smarter than the fat Boo. Like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Ultimate Gohan's great. Super Saiyan 3 does kind of come out of left field, but it narratively does work. I know how Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 had proper build-up, but Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3 didn't, so that is a flaw in the sense that it's not properly built up. But it works. It works because you know they've already made it to Super Saiyan 2, so what's to say there's not something past Super Saiyan 2, right? Would it have been better if we got to see it? Probably. Like, see him, maybe a flashback of him achieving it after we got the reveal, so it's like, oh, okay. But I don't think it hurts. I don't think it's a massive negative that it comes out of nowhere, because it does make sense. The final fight with everything with Vegito, that is, fucking love that. I fucking love that shit. Fucking love the fight with Vegito. I love how much he kicks the shit out of Boo. I love the arrogance. And for the love of God, stop spelling it with a fucking I. I hate that fucking spelling. I hate that spelling. Oh, God.
It's okay, Phoenix. The letter I can't hurt you.
This one does. Because it's
Whether
stupid.
it's the I in Vegito or the I in Frieza, it can't hurt you.
How the fuck y'all gonna... Both of them are fucking stupid, but Frieza's makes no goddamn sense. How the fuck do you just throw an I in there? It literally... Frieza. The word fucking free is right there. Fuck. The part that pisses me off about the Vegito thing, though, is the fact that they... It stems... I'm pretty sure I told you this. But it stems from the fact that someone actually came out and tried to defend this because... I think it is either in one of the Latin American magazines for it, or it might be something came out from the Japanese. But like, if you take the way the Japanese say Vegeta, and you spell that from the sound, you get the B-E-J-I-T shit, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not how you spell his fucking name. The name of Vegito is based around the spelling of Goku and Vegeta's Saiyan names. All right. So why the fuck are we using... First off, why the fuck are we using the spelling of the way the name sounds as the way to spell a name when that's not the official? That's like me telling someone, I'm going to say my name, spell it how you think it sounds. And then taking that as my official fucking name. What? Yeah. No, you fucking stupid motherfuckers. And on top of it, America's the only one that fucking spells it this way. And the part that pisses me off even more. Because that spelling is B-E-J-I-T-A. But Vegito still keeps the G from Vegeta and then just takes the fucking I. What the fuck are you people stupid? So the Japanese don't spell it that way. The Japanese spells Vegeta, V-E-G-E-T-A. They spell Vegito, V-E-G-E-T-T-O. The Spanish fucking spells both names correctly. It's only the American that spells it V-E-G-I-T-O. You stupid motherfuckers. And any one of you in the fucking fandom, clip this shit. Any one of you in the fucking fandom that spells Vegito with the fucking I, you're fucking stupid, you're a dumbass, you don't deserve to be in the fucking fandom, and quit calling yourself a real fucking fan because you're fucking casual, because that is bullshit, and that is not how you fucking spell it. The Viz version of the manga spells Vegito more accurately based on the manga than whatever the fuck that spelling is. And I hate Vegerot. I fucking hate that. But it is more accurate than V-I-G-I-T-O. Because Vegito is based on the Saiyan names. For some reason, Chris Sabat said, I can't say Kakaroto as fucking Vegeta in English, so they just leave out the back half of Goku's name. So he just calls him Kakarot. Okay, fuck it, whatever, cool, roll it. But so based on that, his name in English should be Vegerot, which is ugly and awful. But that should be how it's spelt in English. In Japanese, it should be spelt the way it is spelt, V-E-G-E-T-T-O. But in English, it should be Vegerot, because that's how he says it in the fucking English. Vegito in English makes no sense based on the fact the way the English has decided to say Goku's Saiyan name. And I know y'all are like, this don't make no fucking sense. It doesn't matter. Fuck you. It does matter. It fucking matters. Because the shit is fucking bullshit. And I love Danny. Geeked in 101. Love him to fucking death. He's a really cool dude. Really knows his shit. But when he made the little video about how Dragon Ball is not a prequel, he was too nice to y'all. He was too nice to you guys. You guys are fucking stupid. And this fandom is 90% fucking grade A morons that don't know fuck all about this series, but act like you sure as shit fucking do. 5% that's actually a little better at understanding the series, and only a handful, the remaining 5% of us, actually know the shit about this fucking series. The rest of you are all fucking dumbasses. I would rather sit in an entire conference room in Latin America with only people who speak Spanish talking about Dragon Ball, because even though I'm only going to understand about 50% of what's being said, I know in my heart they fucking know what the fuck they're talking about. I know they do. And I don't have to question if they know what they're fucking talking about. But as someone who has been to a Dragon Ball specific convention many years, it is so hard to sit around anywhere at that convention and not lose my shit when I hear people talk about it. Because y'all don't fucking know shit. And Vegito with an I is the dumbest goddamn way to say that spelling with that fucking name. And stop spelling it with the fucking I, you goddamn dumbasses. Look, fuck shit.
That was Phoenix's TED Talk.
Mark. But to rate the arc, we kind of glazed the arc a little bit. I think the arc's basically, I would say, this is going to really piss off the Cell fans. I would rate it probably like an 8.75, which isn't much higher than Cell. I said my problems with Cell.
I can agree with that. 8.75.
I think it gets way too much hate. I think it's got a lot of great moments. I think the stuff with Mr. Satan and Boo is actually really good. Ultimate Gohan's really cool. Super Saiyan 3 is really cool. The fight with Goku and Vegeta is really fucking cool. Is it a little goofy, a little whimsical? Yeah, it's right up Toriyama's alley though. But do I personally think it's better than the Saiyan and Namek Saga? No. I have to put it below them. But I don't think it's good enough to be a 9. 8.75. Cell would be higher if that fucking shit ass writing didn't exist. If that plot point with Cell was not there, Cell would be higher. But it's not.
So Z for you, it goes Freeza, Saiyan, Boo, Cell.
Z for me is Freeza and Saiyan basically the same. I think I would probably give Saiyan a slight edge because it's. I don't hate the Ginyu stuff, but I will say the Ginyu stuff is a random left field for that arc. I don't hate it though. But if I'm saying consistent, I think Saiyan stays consistent with its themes and it's how serious it wants to be all the way through. And I know Toriyama is very goofy and likes to play games, but for Z, he clearly was trying to be a little more serious. So I'd put Saiyan, for me, they're equal, but Saiyan's just slightly above Namek. Then you have Namek. And then yes, I'd put Boo on the fact it's more consistent. And then Cell.
Dang.
Cell as an arc is way more hype as a whole, even though Boo's got a lot of hype moments. I think Cell is more consistently hype, more consistently more consistent with his lack of wild shit going on. And I don't mind the wild shit. I just think Cell is more consistent. But because of the glaring issue that is Cell existing in the wrong fucking timeline and it doesn't make sense how he's there, it's too much of an issue for me. I will still watch this arc every single year. I will still love this arc. But that fucking plot point with Cell really pisses me off.
That's fair.
Just like the Ginyus
for me,
piss you off.
See, I go Cell, Saiyan, Boo, Frieza.
That might be a bigger hot take than mine. Legitimately, it might be. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Maybe. I don't know. The fact that we both managed to put one arc below Boo is gonna definitely piss some people off. But.
Oh yeah.
First off, motherfuckers, we are both in the top 5% that actually know this fucking series because we paid we actually consume this series yearly. Well, Evan less than me, but he's still there. He's still there.
I mean, I keep up with my knowledge is there.
Yeah, no, he's there. He's there. He doesn't. Like I said, I would never challenge Geek 101 to anything on the production side of Dragon Ball. Not a chance. I don't know this, but would I definitely be willing to throw my hat in the ring when it comes to just the series as a whole, like what's actually written down and animated and all that stuff? Absolutely. I'd gladly throw my hat in the ring to have a back and forth with him any day. And I'm not talking like on YouTube or nothing. I would just sit there. I would talk with Geek 101 for hours for Dragon Ball. And if he ever wants to, you have me on Facebook, Geekdom. I'll gladly talk to you all day about this shit. But yeah, no, when it comes to production aspect of size, man, I have no idea. But I do know I pay attention to this fucking series. like a fucking hawk, man. I don't. People be asking questions. I'm like, let me go fucking read. I'm gonna go read it. I read it. I literally have a. Your favorite right there, Evan. Look. Oh wait, do you even?
Yeah. No, I'm looking.
Yeah, your favorites right there. Yeah.
What a waste of time.
No, we really wanted to. For us, Dragon Ball. We don't just say Dragon Ball is one of the best series out there because we love it so much. I think Dragon Ball gets a lot of hate for unnecessary reasons. Are there issues? Yes. We've pointed them out.
I'm probably gonna get shit because I said the Frieza arc's the worst arc in Z, or that the 22nd, or thinking the 22nd tournament is bad. I don't think it's bad. It just cannot compete with everything going on around it.
We're not afraid to really critique the series. A lot of people love the 22nd. Nothing that Evan said is actually wrong. Not a single thing he said about 22nd is wrong. But it, for some people, yeah, you putting 22nd that low overall, it's going to rub them the wrong way. But you're not wrong. But you're not wrong. That's the thing. You're not wrong. I give you shit anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll never end with me. I will always give you shit for it. But celebrating 40 years of Dragon Ball is crazy to think. In just 10 years, we'll hit 50 years of an anime. Is crazy to think. Dragon Ball, I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. It is such a sad feeling that we won't continue the series with Toriyama. But I do think he deserved his rest. He deserves his peace. I wish he was still with us. Absolutely. Just like I wish our friend AJ was still with us.
R.I.P. to another true king.
R.I.P. But Dragon Ball is a series that has made an impact on not just anime and manga, but also people. And we are some of those people that were affected by Dragon Ball. We just love Dragon Ball for all of its flaws, all of its good, the happy, the sad, all of it. It's a series that I think gets a lot of unnecessary hate because of Toriyama's lazy writing. But I think it's a lot better than a lot of you guys give it credit. I can defend it by saying because my friend's wife watched it last year for the first time ever. She was hooked. I told her everything about the series.
Where'd she start at?
Dragon Ball. You think I'd tell her to start anywhere else?
I can start it at one of two places. I can start it with Goku meeting Bulma, or, and I know you probably think this is wrong, I can start it at the first Bardock special.
Like the
Bardock, the father of Goku.
I mean, it's not Z.
Yeah. I mean, I either am gonna watch it in production order or chronological order.
Well, technically, if you watch Dragon Ball, it's still chronological order. But if you are including the special,
the Bardocks, yeah.
Yeah, if you include the Bardock special or even the minus version, chronologically that comes first. But if you're not going to include that, Dragon Ball's still chronologically the route will start first. Yeah. I was not about to let her start at Z. The fuck.
But Phoenix, Raditz to Kid Buu is the true story. And Colleen is Goku.
So you want to get the Murasaki treatment because that's exactly what I'm gonna be hitting people with if I start hitting that shit in earnest. If you guys fucking believe it, you're getting the fucking Murasaki treatment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the Murasaki fight. You'll figure out which treatment I'm talking about real fast. It's about like halfway through the fight, I believe. It involves the power bowl. You'll figure it out. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the fact that Dragon Ball is celebrating 40 years as an anime? where did our do you think our ratings are even accurate? Are you guys gonna tell us we're wrong? They're gonna tell us we're fucking wrong. Tell me why my Cell rating is worse. Tell me why his Namek rating is worse. Tell us where you honestly rate every arc. If you've never seen Dragon Ball, don't even fucking comment because I don't want to fucking hear it. Because your opinion does not fucking matter to me. If you ain't seen the first half of the fucking arc series, and I don't mean, oh, I haven't watched it in a while. I mean, if you have not watched Dragon Ball, don't even fucking comment. I don't even give a shit. Because unless you are going to be someone that talks about seen the whole series, I don't give a fuck about this half-ass shit. But for those that have seen the whole series, do you guys agree with where we put the series? Do you agree with what we said about the series? I am going to separate this. I will separate this into 2 parts. The first part won't have this ending. I'll probably just add it myself somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. But what do you guys? Let us know in the comments below and let's get a discussion going. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Just Nerds podcast, celebrating 40 years of the Dragon Ball anime. And we will see, and as always, I'm Phoenix.
And I'm Evan.
And we will see you guys next time on the Just Nerds podcast. See ya.